Hello everyone, we're back for another wonderful day. This is your Thursday's edition of Daily Reptile News, of course. And our first story today, it actually came out on Tuesday, so it's a little bit late, but apparently there was a car crash involving, it was a rear-end collision. The man had to be extracted from his vehicle, and upon being taken away, he informed officers that his pet python was being transported in the car. They found the bag that the python was being transported in, but they did not find the snake. So the car was sent to the wreckers, and they were informed that there was possibly a loose pet snake in the car. They came back after a few days, apparently, and searched the car again, where I guess one of the officers used to work in a pet store and knew, the python's tendencies, and they eventually found it curled up. It was a ball python, by the way, if I didn't mention that already. Did I? Okay, well, you know now. They found it curled up underneath inside the dash, and the python was saved, and yeah, happy days for everybody. But not happy days for a developer, apparently. They apparently the developer developing some land, everything was going fine, and apparently I like to say apparently a lot, anyways, somebody informed them to tread lightly because of the vernal pools and the possible endangered species in the area. The township eventually hired Wilson Ecological Consulting to go out and look over the area, at which time they found, between I believe it was March and October, 120 different wildlife species and 235 different types of plants living in that particular area. Some of the plants and wildlife species appear to be threatened and endangered and federally protected, for that matter. They mentioned the spadefoot toad was a possible habitat for that, which apparently now it is causing some setbacks for the developers, as the township manager wants to claims that, to quote them, they will not let them go willy-nilly and bulldoze the place flat until they speak with the local wildlife officials and determine what they have to do. After all, the spadefoot toad apparently spends much of its time underground, and they need to determine its actual presence there and what they need to do about it. So yeah, 1 point for wildlife, lose 10 points for developers. And apparently a mother is feeling really stupid today, maybe because she was walking and stepped on her son's toy snake on the ground, but it wasn't a toy snake. It was a little brown snake, and it bit her on the foot and then latched onto her ankle, and she spent some time in the hospital, obviously. And of course, unlike the story we had where the man died because he called his friend, she got to her bedroom and the telephone to her daughter to call paramedics immediately, which is why she is alive to tell this story now. And apparently Dartford is taking their conservation of reptiles seriously too. It's awesome to see. They had a massive construction project going on there, but they were apparently found earlier this year, right where their project is, there were a bunch of lizards that lived there. Now they call these common lizards. Maybe one of you can check out the picture and tell us what kind of common lizard that is, but apparently 100 of them were moved to a new home that consisted of a lot of moved earth and logs and everything. And not only that, they went up and above and surrounded the area with what they call a reptile fence, which, okay, but it's supposed to keep the lizards from venturing out of that area while the heavy equipment and the construction is going on, which, yeah, I think it's great. It's awesome. Whether it works or not, we'll see. Undoubtedly, there's going to be lots of lizards that will not make it because of this project, but like I said, 100 of them were moved, so the project can commence, and they have their little lizard fence, and let's hope that works, and yeah, good for them. And of course, now time for your today's reptile fun fact. Did you know that the king cobra is the only known snake on Earth that actually builds a nest to incubate its eggs in? And of course, I can't leave you without a question of the day, which is, what do you think about this Dartford project where they moved these 100 lizards to this new site, which I believe is just adjacent to the construction, and put up the fence and everything? What do you think about that? Leave a text comment or a video response. And if you'd like to read any more of these stories, those links are right down below here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other.
their teeth punctured your skin.